All right, we'll get rolling. I had said to you last night, I really thought this was a one of our better team wins, and what I showed the guys today in our meetings was that extension of each other. I talked about in the first half, defense getting a good stop, maybe on the second or third drive, a good punt return by Roberts, and then offense going down to score, and it was kind of all three phases of backing one another. I also talked about that at the end of the game, and to get a fourth down stop down in the red zone, and then the offense taking the ball and using over 5 minutes to go and score when it was a one-score game at that point. So I thought really clear examples of answering the bell for one another, and that's the kind of toughness and identity we've been looking for. And over the last few weeks, we've been talking about making sure that identity really came to life. We've been working extra, in our third down and our red zone, and so that part we feel like we've certainly got strides to go, but we're improving. By no means do we feel like this team has peaked in any way, but I would say that our identity of how we want to play and our style, our attitude, in a lot of examples is coming through. Coming through clearly. It was good to see us yesterday play penalty-free on special teams, and that's been something we've been hitting on hard. I thought the examples of that on the Roberts return really clearly showed that to the team today. So we're pumped to get back at it again this week with our fans and being back here at home. I'll give you an injury update from yesterday. As you know, we had two corners go down, Poole and True, during the game. I thought there was lots of resiliency showed by the DBs in answering when they had to, specifically Ricardo Allen playing new spot. So Trufant was in the concussion protocol yesterday. That's the same as we're heading into practice this week with he and Freeman. And Poole had a back, and hopefully he'll make good progress this week. We'll take it day by day with him as far as his preparation goes. So past that, glad to open up the questions regarding the game for Minnesota.
Coach, offensively, I know you all been emphasizing third downs and red zone, but just to see it all come together, 516-yard output, how was that for you? Of course, with Julio.
We really thought led the third downs were such a big part of that in this game, and allowed some drives to continue. So for us, we're 11 of 14 on third down, and 2 of the 3 were in the red zone. So having the ability to convert down there, we like when Matt kicks it, but we prefer if we kept moving the ball down the field. So that was a real factor for us, and the work that the guys do against one another, offensively, defensively, right here at practice is a big part of it. So the run game is always going to be something that's important to us, not just for the toughness and because we have runners that can do it, but the other things that go along with that, the play action, the keepers that go with that. So it was good performance by those guys. I thought, specifically the receivers, really, not just blocked well, but played really physical.
And CJ, former basketball player, now he's, full-time NFL cornerback. You talk about his evolution for you.
And, when you went back, you realized he was really in early, in this game due to the injury to Brian. So that's a good story there to say if you have the right, mindset to go after something and you go through the Plan B program and put the work in, your opportunity will be there. He certainly has made his biggest impact on special teams, being outside of gunner. But when your opportunity is called and you put the work in, you should feel confident that you're ready, because we certainly are confident in him.